Good morning, people. So it's a slowly turning fall to winter time, and you can see I'm already in my holiday PJs and I'm having my warm cup of coffee while I'm just enjoying the fog outside. And I want to talk about noise. I really think the next frontier of what needs to be done to give us ease in life is to declutter our lives on all kinds of levels. So certainly many people write about, getting rid of your things, thanking your things and moving them on, feeling the sense of space by having less because everything that you look at around you that is not yours, meaning that you don't want it anymore, it doesn't contribute to you anymore, is just sitting there pulling at your attention. So, but what if noise were on so many more deeper levels? Like the amount of time that you focus outward on friends and all of that. If you're, say, you're a teenager or something, and you feel like you have to be with them or anybody, that they add to you. And then you feel anxious when you're hanging out with them a lot, right? After a while, more is not better. And in fact, you've lost yourself because you've gone into the noise of that. So that's one example. There's the noise of our lives. If you're an adult with many things to do, especially if you're a parent working, or maybe you're even a single parent working, there's so many things that pull at you that we make important. What are we making significant, real, vital, can't live without it, must deal with it? What roles are we playing? What rules are we unwittingly abiding by that you think, oh gosh, anyone who knows me, when I get blue lights blinking in my periphery, that tells me I'm saying something true. If you don't know me, I'm an energy healer. That was my first gift after I left my job, and I have a background in chemistry and electrical engineering and business. And after I left all that, I became an energy healer overnight, and I had these little weird gifts that would tell me when things were true and important to say, or that I just said that were important. So that was one. So my programs, I call them, or my little words that I put out there, I trademark as got space, because an infinite being needs space to live in. And you're an infinite being. You chose a body to live in, and your body is your enjoyment here. And it's also your translating instrument. It tells you when you're not listening to your infinite being, what you don't like, what you don't want to be doing. And if we're not listening, which we're not trained to, right, then we feel our body as pain, or we sense something's nagging, and we can't quite feel what it is. We don't know what it is because we've blocked off our knowing. One thing I know is that what we call magic, making things happen, is far more real than we've ever imagined. And there's ways that we can test this out and know that it's true, right? I use this all the time. It doesn't show up instantly like many people think, but this is how I got most of my gifts over the last 22 years. I didn't really have a teacher in this kind of realm for much of the time. I had someone who trained me to feel energy and believe and listen, right? And then after that, I was on my own. And then I came into a consciousness training, which helped me. But then I couldn't be it because we aren't a modality. We aren't a modality. And so when we mistakenly think what we're learning is something that we belong to, we've lost ourselves again. So what is the noise that we're listening to? Are we listening to the noise of our partners, right? Maybe our partners are directing our life and we kind of let it happen. Maybe we did that because we took care of other things, and we said, okay, maybe they're the breadwinner for the majority of the time, so therefore I have to be this role. That was what the blue lights went off for. How many roles do we buy into that aren't even true? Because the truth is, you're an infinite being, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you show up as you. Except we don't do that. We project and expect, or we have other people project and expect what a role is for us, and then we buy into it. And we don't get to be us. So an infinite being will feel anxious or edgy or uncomfortable or pain or confused or all kinds of things when the noise is there, because it's reacting, it's trying to contract away from it, which is a reaction. It wants to be infinite, but it's responding to the noise because you are the human being. You're the infinite being in a body, which makes a human being. But what what if you were the infinite being in the body and that was the driver, right? When we, oh, Bella, no bark. When we said that I think, therefore I am, we suddenly became more solidified in our mind. We made it more superior, and that also allowed us to be superior to animals. Bella, no bark. Superior to animals. What if they were superior to us because they had all knowing and we lost it? What can you learn from the plants, the animals, the trees? I teach all of this because it's absolutely fascinating. It will eliminate your noise. You will get more knowing. So I really sank into this because I'm like, oh my goodness, this marries everything that I always do all the time. And suddenly I started teaching these classes called What Exactly Are You Surrendering To? Because I had been asking myself that question for about 18 months, or maybe years actually, but more frequently, and started changing my life because I noticed what you're surrendering to has a physical effect and controls, contracts, and changes your ability to be infinite you with all your amazing gifts that you carry around everywhere. And when you're being infinite you everywhere you go, in your job, in your interactions with people, in your space by yourself, all of that, then you're not lonely, you're not missing out, you're actually quite content, and your body feels good. Your body feels good. Your mind is calmer. And a lot of people tell me they do a lot of spiritual work and they do great work in the world, but they're missing something about the noise. So why not join me? If you are interested, contact me below, okay? Because this is my new frontier. Have a nice day.